Alrighty guys, we are taking a look at the MiG-334, the last variant of the MiG-3 that you unlock and the last one in the tech tree, and the only one that has two 20 millimeter Shavak cannons. So just to start things off, you can see a few bombers on my horizon right here, and we are an Interceptor, so those are the first planes that we're going to go for. And we're really going to use those cannons to the best of our ability and just take out the engines of the bomber. Now, the reason that I'm flying this variant is, well, I don't know about the first variant without cannons, but I believe it's lighter than the variant with the gun pods and the 12 millimeter. I think that one has a cannon too. But basically the only difference is a little bit of weight and the guns. I like the 220 millimeters. I think it just streamlines everything and really just lets me aim a little bit better and more precisely so that I can specifically target like engines or a tail or pilot or whatever of a bomber. So we're about 4 kilometers away from this HE-111 right here, and this is probably like a 3.0 battle, but the plane's at 2.3, and really it's not that much of an issue because the plane can do like somewhere around 550 kilometers an hour in level flight. So at 2.3 that's pretty good, although you do run into some pretty heavy compression at 550 or above, so that is one thing to keep in mind. It doesn't really bleed its energy as bad as you would think it would. So whenever you're, more late game and there aren't any bombers. Oh, hang on, it's kind of late. I gotta use my brain power here for a sec. He's gonna take me out. Okay, or not. That wasn't too bad. So it is a very energy dependent fighter, so you're going to want to keep your turns very wide, and you're mostly going to want to do boom and zoom tactics so that you can be more successful with it, especially if you are going up against something like an A6M2N, for example. He might not be super fast, but he can still turn, and if you get slow in front of him and lose all your energy, that's just a bad deal. Now, that B239 right there is a little bit concerning, but we'll just kind of see how things play out. I'm just going to ignore him for the time being and help my teammate with this other, the Hurricane. I'm really just trying to put some distance between myself and this B239 right here, although I don't see it going very well. But you really have to use your speed to your advantage in this plane. In level flight, it is a lot faster than most of the other things on the battlefield. Like that B239, like even right now, I'm barely leveling out and I'm still pulling away from him. But I'm gonna need to return to base really quick, and then we'll be able to get back out there. Now, on my old Xbox account, when I was still playing with the controller, that was a couple years ago. Like, well, no, I think it was a year and a half too. Something like that. I tried the MiG-3 and I hated it. And once I started grinding through the Soviet tech tree again and took it out into a battle, I still hated it, but I think that the problem was that I really just wasn't that skilled of a player. I mean, I'm by no means great, but now that I have a little bit more experience, and honestly, I think jets helped me out a lot. Because it is kind of jet-like whenever you're flying it. As in, you're just trying to stay fast 100% of the time. Anyways, the point that I'm getting at is that I really didn't like it, but I gave it another try because one of you guys, and you know, it's not all that bad. It's as long as you're careful with your speed and don't lose all your energy, and don't get into a multi-plane dogfight. I would not recommend this plane for the fray at all. I don't think it does good in the fray at all. Like the fur ball, the initial fur ball of a match. You're not going to want to dive straight down into it because you'll just die really quickly compared to something like a Spitfire or a Zero where you can just outturn everybody. So that is something to keep in mind, and we're just going to make our way right back over here. And half the enemy team disappeared right there. That's great. So I am going to, on this way back out, I'm going to try and keep my speed at 300 kilometers or above. And I think we're going to end up going after this D4Y1. I think if anything, he only has small arms on his plane. So as long as I can stay out of his guns and keep my pilot safe, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And honestly, Key 43s, even though they're fast, they're not too hard to deal with just because you do have a higher top speed than them. So, I mean, that goes for, and I'm probably going to die right here by this Japanese. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I can't complain about that. Yeah, as I completely ignore everything that I've said in the video and get slow right in front of this guy. It's probably a better idea. Try and button mash on my keyboard. Oh, that's a little crazy. I'm sure that was just sickening to watch right there. Oh, that HE-112 is going to get me here. And I'm pretty sure I'm also the last one on the team. God. Yep, I'm going down, and the only other guy is that PE3. So we're gonna wrap it up for this video right there, guys. As always, if you enjoyed watching, leave a like down below, and if you have any War Thunder tips or planes that you want to see me fly, leave them down in a comment. And as always, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.